Hey guys, so it's day 3. It's slightly less dark. I'm not sure what they've done, but it's slightly less dark. I still have no voice, I still have no legs, but I've managed to find a really great game that I can just sit down and play quietly for a little bit. This is Thea the Awakening, and tell me a little bit about it.
Right, so Thea is a turn-based strategic survival game. I call it a roguelike 4X-ish game with a twist. And the twist is, first of all, we're based on Slavic mythology and folklore, which is a bit different. And second of all, we have a couple of interesting solutions for combat. So we have a card minigame that resolves all kinds of challenges. In fact, not only combat, also diplomacy and other encounters. And it's really integrated into our gameplay. And we also have a story-driven events and quest system, so you have almost a role-playing feel to it as well, if that's what you like.
So this one caught me because, I haven't got a huge ego, but I get to be a goddess.
Yes.
You get to be a deity in this.
Exactly.
So explain to me how that works and what the story is all about.
Yeah, so basically, at some point, this before the apocalypse, this was a high fantasy world. Then, mysteriously, 100 years of darkness appeared. And during this darkness, you, as a goddess or god, found a way to keep a very small group of people alive. Each god has their own little story, so you can find out how you did it. And then the sun returns, Thea awakens again, and you, as a god, again, you are tasked with rebuilding mankind. But you don't have much power, so all you can do is just sort of guide your people gently and tell them maybe what to do and where to go. So that's it. That's how you become a goddess.
So I really like it because it's a really sort of unexplored pantheon, isn't it, that you guys have got in the game. It's not particularly well documented.
Yes, exactly.
So where did this kind of idea of Slavic mythology is it? That's where we're going to go with this. Where did that originally come from?
Well, it's a mixture. I mean, Andrzej Sapkowski, who's the fantasy writer behind The Witcher, is also my favorite author. I'm also a PhD researcher in fantasy literature, so I actually did some research on Slavic folklore and Sapkowski and that sort of thing. And then when we started doing Thea, we thought, well, actually, we want Slavic mythology to be more explored, and we know all the others already. There's loads of games based on the other myths, but Slavic isn't explored. And then the gods and goddesses, actually, that's something different. So that's something new that we added to what Sapkowski does. Because again, we wanted our players to feel more godly.
But it's really clever because you only start with 2. And then as you play and as you inevitably lead your people to failure, or success, but probably failure, you start to unlock more of them, and each one, you lead your people in a slightly different direction for each one, and
exactly.
You give the player a lot of choice when they start the game, yeah?
Yes, exactly. And also, each god has their own storyline quests, so that will tell you the story of the world from a slightly different perspective with each god. And also, not all endings are available to all gods. So if you don't play more than one god, you may not be able to see one of the endings. So we just really want to encourage people to explore the world and try different gods. Or if you really like one, you also get, with more experience, they give you more bonuses, so you can also focus on the ones you really like and just get them really, powerful. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, so how do you deal with the fact that 4X is usually quite sandbox? It's usually quite an open experience, but you're trying to tell a story. So how do you go about delivering that kind of narrative?
I guess that's our twist on it. I mean, our events, so first of all, our events are also randomly generated, so we didn't want to detach completely from the 4X feel of it being open. So on one side they are randomly generated, and depending on the consistency of your party members, you get different choices, and so you can get the same event, but each playthrough there's a chance it will look different. On the other hand, there are those divine quests and the main quest lines which are more story-driven and more structured. But we give the player an option to ignore all that. Because, like you said, 4X is often just about exploring and fighting and that, so we didn't want to take that away. There is a way to win the game without doing any of the events and just getting your villagers strong enough to beat the game. So yeah, we just wanted it to be different, but we didn't want to take away the 4X experience as well.
So aside from the sort of 4X mechanical side, there's also this card game. Now, I'm a big card game nerd. And so somebody special came and helped you with your card game, right?
Yes. Well, he's the integral part of our team anyway, so it's not like he only helped us with the card game. Yeah. But yes, basically, our main coder also designed the AI for the Gwent game in The Witcher. So that's our claim to fame. And so from that, when he was discussing how he worked on that, we thought we want a card game because we didn't want our combat to be I wouldn't say boring, but we wanted something different, we wanted something new. And then what he wanted to do is to make that card game really integrated into the gameplay rather than it being a separate mini game. So that's what it is. It's your deck is actually made up of the people you have, so your villagers. So there aren't some people when they come and see the game, they're like, so how do you get better cards? Do you find cards in the world? And then we're like, no, there's no cards in the world, there's people in the world. Yeah. And so yes, you can get special people into your village through events, through random encounters, through doing the quests and so on. And you can also improve your existing people by equipping them better, by getting them more XP so they'll get more skills, better skills basically. That's how you build your deck in our game. So it really is a huge part of the world, not just a separate experience.
Yeah, it's not just sort of something that the characters do socially. This is your characters going out and fighting. So it's not just combat though, is it? It's diplomacy, that kind of thing, yeah?
Yes. And so for example, you can have events where there's a plague. So if a plague comes, you will fight the sickness, as it were. So you still have your people as in your deck, but the enemy will be the sickness. So and the same with curses, with physical challenges, or in social challenges. So you can actually try. So say you get attacked by some dwarves or something. If you happen to have social characters in your party, you can actually try to resolve it via diplomacy, talking to the dwarves, and then you have this combat situation, but it's actually talking. So you have skills that have more social. Lost my words. Social meanings, yes. So instead of say attack, you have something like convince or barter or intimidate, things like that.
And I mean, I think my favourite feature of this is if I'm particularly attractive, if my people are particularly attractive, instead of fighting the bandits, we can chat them up, right?
Yes, exactly. There is, in fact, one quest where you can actually make a captain of the bandits fall in love with you and join your village. And there are actually a couple of more where your attractiveness can actually have. So you meet these. They're like water nymphs, they're called rusaukas, and they're really into attractive people. So if you meet them and you have a really attractive team, there's a good chance that instead of drowning you, they might actually give you things.
So visually, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's really, really pretty looking game, and the world is sort of randomly generated each time. So this is the first time I've seen a snowy world, and I immediately went, oh, snow! It's gorgeous, gorgeous looking game. But how does it sound?
I would say it sounds great. Yeah, we have a really good sound studio, Memo Studio, working with us on the sound. There are some headphones there, so you could try. So we have different ambient sounds for different. So you don't always hear the same music, so it changes. Because otherwise, you could probably go a bit crazy.
So it's quite dynamic then. The more that you go and do, the sounds kind of change.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. right, honestly, thank you for spending some time with me today.
No, thank
if
you.
people want to find Thea, because it's coming out early access, isn't it?
It is. It's coming out on Monday, so find us on Steam.
Excellent news. So by the time this is up, hopefully you guys will be on Steam and we can link people to that. But have you got a website, Twitter, Facebook, anything like that?
Yes, so we have our website at muhagames.com. We have Twitter, again, at Muha Games, or our Facebook page, also Muha Games.
Excellent. Really easy to find then.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm going to go sink a couple more hours into this. I'll see you guys on the next one, though. Thank you for spending some time with me. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I hope your early access goes really well.
Thanks very much.